Good morning, everybody. It's Nate from the Kraemer Life. Well, good morning to you too. Well, it seems like the last few episodes of the Kraemer Life have been about sheep, moving sheep, and today's no different. Turns out these ladies, these girls, are golden girls, they eat quick. So decided to increase the size of their paddock and give them a lot more to eat, and also help Katie and I know, out with clearing some areas that we have plans for down the road. So today we're going to be moving them into about a half-acre paddock. I'm going to first show you where they've been. So they've been in this area here for, I don't know, 4 or 5 days. This line that I have right here, it's actually cutting into the space that they have, but I wanted to make this their new paddock edge. So what I've done is I ran a line down the driveway. So actually I captured some drone footage of that. So I'm going to play that here while I talk. But their paddock, their new paddock, it's about 24,000 square feet, roughly 55% or so of an acre. And it runs down the driveway, and at the end of the driveway we have a gate, and the front of the property is already fenced. So then I use the existing fence and then run the polywire back up to where I'm standing here. And so it's about 270 feet in length, about 90 feet in width, and the majority of it is, well, all of it's wooded, so it's going to provide them with a lot of shade. But the majority of the growth on the ground is poison ivy, and they like the poison ivy, so we're giving them plenty to eat here. Our goal is to have them clear it out, so that way we can start selectively thinning that area out and making it useful for some things that Katie and I had talked about in a couple episodes back, where we discussed the first 10 acres of our property. So I did most of this, I did most of the fencing prep work yesterday, utilizing T-posts and step-in posts and the polywire. So there's 1 or 2 more areas I need to continue stringing up some polywire. I ran out of free spools of the wire yesterday, so that means I need to take up some lines in their existing paddock to create and finish off their new paddock. And one thing that I've learned with the Golden Girls is that if there's a single strand of wire in their way, they will not cross it, even if it's laying on the ground. So I'm pretty confident that when I take up their existing poly wire line, as long as I leave a single strand, they're going to be fine. All right, let's get the gate. I know. All right. I hope this keeps them in place. I mean, they can jump over this and whatever, but maybe they'll stay in this area. Well, I don't know where you're going to go. I don't know. I'm going to put up one more. I have one more line I'm going to put up for you. All right. I have the last 2 lines I need to close this gate. Hi, girls. I'll show you where these are coming from. They actually have full access right now to their new paddock. So if they figure it out, great, they'll just go in there. But right now they're stuck with me. All right, let me show you where they have access. Well, here's the gate that I just put up, and here's that little space between their new paddock and their old paddock. And this is the gate. Hi there. This is the gate that I put up for their old paddock, and you can see it's open. So they have access to their whole space, the whole half-acre of delicious poison ivy. So I'm going to remove this line right here. This is one of the edges of the old paddock, and finish up the last line in the back over there. But for now, they're in their new paddock. And I'm very excited, and I think they are too. I think they're more excited. So now they can go all the way down the driveway, about 270 feet this way, and they have about 90 feet that way. One of the things that I may end up doing is I may end up splitting this half-acre paddock in half, just so they concentrate on one particular area. And if I do that, I'll probably do it right down here where this T-post is. But they have lots. They have lots of work ahead of them. They're going to have some full bellies. They didn't waste any time just going right in, going in deep. Our two broody hens, Olivia and Misty, both are not in their brooder. I hear all this noise over here, so I come to check it out because we've been having issues with predators in the chickens. And in here we have two different birds, two hens, that I don't believe are being broody, but now sitting on the eggs. Where in the world is Olivia? I see Misty, but I don't see Olivia. Oh, there she is. She's back there. So, what's going on here? Huh? What's going on? What is going on? Chickens are so weird. They are so weird. Well, you can see behind me here we have one of the sheep. It's made its way to the other side of the paddock. This is the east side of the paddock. So she is in the northeast corner of the new paddock, in the tallest of the brambles and the weeds and brush. Just loving it. So, oh, the other three are back there, really close. All right, so what I'm going to do now is finish this side of the paddock. I only have one line. Actually, I have 1.5 lines on the last half of this side and only one of the lines on the first half of the side. So I'm going to use this new roll to finish up and get all 3 lines here. Kind of goes downhill, uphill. I don't know if I can capture all of this on video, so I'm just going to do it and put you on time lapse and see what we get. So as you can see, I have these insulators. I screwed them into the power pole right here. This is the corner of their new paddock, and I have the same thing. I have insulators screwed into a gate post at the end of the paddock on the southeast corner of the paddock, and I use these as the tension points. And then I also have a T-post about halfway down that I use, so I'll tension between here and the T-post and the other corner in the T-post, so I can keep it nice and tight. And that's because, as I mentioned in previous videos, or in previous video, the step-in posts, they don't do very good as corner pieces. So I'm going to go ahead and get this fastened here, then I'll take you down to the center T-post and show you how I have that set up. Actually, this needs to... I don't always know the best way of putting these things on, so it's kind of just hodgepodged. go. Okay, that's nice and tight, and the way that I wrapped it, I can't describe it, but the way that I wrapped it, it's going to keep it from slipping. So now I can walk down and do the final line, the top line, and I'll meet you down at the center post, and I'll show you how I have the T-post set up. This is the T-post. This is about the center of the length of the east wall of the paddock. And I have these T-post insulators that I use, and I just snap them into place to match about the same height that they are on the step-in posts. I use 4, 6, and 8 rung on them. So just kind of eyeball it here, about there. Actually, I want to go this way. All right, let's see if I can get this one on. Okay, so that one's in place. Now I will pull it tight, put it into place, and I kind of wrap it. I don't really have like a specific way of doing this. Maybe make a little 8 shape on the teeth here, so that way I keep tension on this side, and then I can keep walking down to the end and tie it off. So I'm gonna head down, finish it off, and we're done with this paddock. Here's the last one. Let's see here. How do I want to do this? I guess I'll kind of wrap it there, and then maybe do like a figure 8. All right, and then I will take that, lock it into place, let it spin, and just kind of have it hang here. All right, there we go. This paddock is done. I think they're going to really enjoy all this. There's a lot of, I see a lot of morning glory. They won't touch that stuff, which is good because it's not good for them. But the rest of this stuff, I think it's okay. It also turns out that they don't like to eat Virginia creeper. And I know they're going to like this area because they found this area. They found the edge of this paddock where all of this stuff is grown, even though they have an entire 80 more feet to go inside all of the trees. So I'll probably find them hanging out here the most until they're done eating all this stuff. Is that so good, Mo? Is that delicious? You guys want to be cooled down? It's toasty today, isn't it? Oh, you like that. You like that. You like drinking from the hose, don't you, buddy? What about you, or Miney? What about you? Okay. You give it and take it. Don't really care. these guys some water over there too. So the pigs' new watering system, they've gotten used to it. They know how to drink from it. They use it on hot days. Even before we had this water, on hot days we'd come out here and hose the pigs off and give them a nice muddy wallow. Because obviously pigs like to roll in the mud and coat themselves to cool down and keep the bugs off. And actually, I say during hot days, actually we'd come out here pretty often, even if it's not hot. The only really time that we don't do it is if it's already rained and there's plenty of mud for them. So, yes, that has been a few comments on some of our vlogs that we need to make sure that we provide them with a wallow, a muddy wallow, and yeah, we do that. Oh, that feels so good. Oh, that feels so good. Huh? Oh, you like that. And a drink? Mo loves to drink from the hose.